Greetings, I'm Chappers.
I'm the captain.
You're at Andertons in England. Congratulations for being here.
Who'd have thought it?
Yes.
Anyway, Rob and I, we get so used to playing guitars and amplifiers and pedals that are hundreds and hundreds of pounds, often thousands and thousands of pounds.
And sometimes it's really important to sort of bring ourselves down and back in time and remember what it was like when we were a little Lee and little Rob, when we had little practice amplifiers.
So I said, Rob, here's £100.
Thanks, Lee.
Pick yourself an amp.
Okay, I'll take a Marshall MG15 with reverb.
Good choice.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go for an Orange Crush 12.
We were going to shop for them, but then we thought, you know what? We already knew in our heads what we were going to kind of pick.
Now, it was interesting because we picked these separately, and it's interesting that neither of us have picked modelling amplifiers. We both picked kind of fairly old-fashioned solid-state amps. And why was that?
I think I wanted a sense of something vaguely real in my practice regime. I didn't want to, I don't know, I just kind of, not that I'm tired of modelling, but I wanted to dabble in the modelling.
If you're going to model, you're going to go Kemper, aren't you?
I would, well, yeah, I would take a...
I think there's the solid state, they've got power behind them, so even though these aren't going to be loud, they're going to be probably louder than their equivalent modelling rated amp. And you can sort of bung pedals in front of them and they do a thing.
They react a little bit more naturally to not wait. Oh, it's just turned up actually, because the wonderful guys at Andertons.
Let's slide these over here, Ben.
Yes, slide it over.
The other amp that we're going to also shoot out is...
Thanks, man.
The Boss Katana Mini, because I think we all kind of agreed that, yeah, for under £100, this was a killer sounding little amp. But it's so small, I don't know that it's going to really give us the sort of the oomph that one of these have got. But we'll try, because, you know, here's mine anyway, look. Orange Crush.
Well, my box is bigger, so I win.
I know. You like a bigger box.
We'll see you in the recording room.
It's 1987 and Rob and I are 15 again, or however old you were in 1987. Actually, it's a bit older than that because we're now listening to Blink 182.
I didn't pick up a guitar until I was 16, Lee, so that was a while back.
Just a mere, 15 years ago? No, how old are you?
I'm 42, so it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, we just thought, we'll pretend that we're 15, we're in a garage band, and we just like the power chord.
Yeah. Shall I tell you why we were doing that? Because prior to that, Rob and I were trying to sort of do all the good chords and the nice things and going, it's really difficult to get a good sound out of these amplifiers.
It's not the gear, Lee, it's not the gear, it's the user.
Well, I just said to Rob, you know what, but let's be like what it was like again, to just pick up a guitar, just know a few power chords and jam with your buddy and blunk. So we picked these three amplifiers, and I've got to be honest with you, having a minor role reversal, not role reversal, but opinion reversal. When Rob bagged the MG15 CFR, I thought, nah, he's probably going to own this because it's got reverb. I know it's the biggest one of the three.
It's got carbon fibre on the outside
it says
shell.
Marshall on the front. They make great amps.
To be honest, it sounds pretty bad.
Well, it's nothing like as loud as I thought it would be.
Well, it's really quiet. It's a practice amp, it's supposed to be.
But that's maximum, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all the volume. But also, there's a lack of mid that you can't get into it. Doesn't matter what you do, you can't get the mid that you need in the sound.
But for just practice and stuff at home, I actually prefer it without the mid. I quite like it's a smoother sound. So apart from the fact there's a surprising lack of volume, I quite like the
clean
sound.
is really totally better.
The clean's louder than the gain.
A million times better than the gain.
If you haven't noticed, by the way, we didn't bother to close mic these. It's these kind of amplifiers, you've got to get the room kind of ambient sound, otherwise they're just going to sound like a wasp in a fart box.
But when you engage the gain, I can't get it to sound
I'm surprised.
Good.
We've got no pedals. It's just literally guitars into amps.
And good guitars. But this is owning it in volume and in presence. It's present.
And yet, on its own, I think this sounds... This is definitely louder, surprisingly loud. But it's got that mid-range in there that allows me to cut through. But that actually, in practice, I'm not... You know, I'd take the mid out. See, I find that more pleasing to the ear, which is what I've done, is I've basically scooped all the mid-range out. If I wind the mid-range back to where it was for the Jam, it starts to get that slightly nasally, but it totally works. It'll mean that I'll always sound louder than Rob with the mid-range in.
And in fact, if you plug into good old... Oh my God, I can't get it in. This... Totally out of tune.
That sounds good, and of course it runs on batteries and it's really tiny, but just to give you an idea, if Rob just plays an A chord when he's in tune,
when I have an A,
and this is on maximum, this is the level as loud as it'll go, and I've got this on about half its volume, and I bet you can't hear this one when I start playing this one, but we'll see. I might be wrong. So I don't know if you could hear much. Blunt, I couldn't hear any of what Rob was playing there. Which is why I think when we did the scene in the store, I think we both opted for amps that we thought would at least be loud.
But this at least sounds nice.
I don't know what your problem is with that. I'd have that over that. It's because I've got the better guitar, that's what it is. Come on, jam along.
I prefer this with
really
the Duncans.
Unfair on this. This is I think sounds
really unfair.
Good. Yeah, I think that sounds really good.
I'm not being really unfair.
That sounds good.
I'm keeping that real. That doesn't sound good.
Wow. Okay,
that sounds better.
Right.
That sounds best, but it's too quiet.
We are crossing the streams here now. Because Rob's in here and I'm in here. But let's do this.
Do that.
No, you're in this one now.
All right.
Funny, isn't it? Because I must admit, okay, absolutely
maybe you've got to be sat further
it.
away from the amp for it to sound good.
This is the loudest.
Very much so.
It might not be the biggest. This is the loudest.
it's so loud we turned it down.
Oh yeah, we haven't. This is on half volume,
And this is on full volume.
Yeah.
And it's not loud enough.
the only thing I would say is, whereas this is still retaining an amount of kind of definition on full volume of like. If I put this on full volume, the definition is you play, and this is.
Yeah, man.
Tough choice. I mean, again, so being constructive, because this is what you got to do. You know, when you buy your first guitar, chances are it's going to come with you're going to get your mum or your dad or whatever are going to buy you a guitar pack, and it's going to have an amp about this big in it, and it's going to make a noise. But it's going to be awful. Well, relatively awful. And you'll be your next birthday or Christmas, you're going to go, Mum, Dad, can I get a bigger amp? And the chances are they're probably going to go, yeah, let's go and have a look at what we can get for like £100.
I would use the clean channel on this,
yeah,
and I would put a pedal in front of it, and that would sound 100% better. Because at the moment, sorry, I'm in that one, but if you play now,
okay,
it's got the fullness and the presence involved. Yeah, it's the preamp they're using for the game that's just ruining the EQ. So put a pedal in front, I guarantee you that's a good shout.
Yeah.
That sounds really nice, but it's very quiet.
Go on, you're in here. That to me sounds impressive for its size. It's battery powered. I get all that stuff.
The tone is nice. It's a nice tone. That's got the presence in it that you like.
Isn't that weird?
That's an angry little orange box of pain that will cut through most things. If you go to a party of your kids, Johnny and Charlie bought guitars for Christmas, and you got that, you'd be like, see you later.
I think on that I'm agreed with you that, your first little garage band where, your mate Johnny's got a little like £150 drum set for Christmas, and Jane's got a little 15-watt bass amplifier she got for Christmas, and you're going to meet up and have a garage band stuff. That's the one that I'd have the most confidence you'd be heard doing. What? Blunt.
Yeah.
So that's the one that.
What was? I'm trying to think. What was the original point for this? It was to find an amp for £100 that we liked. Did we achieve that?
Well, the amp. Yeah. I mean, was it that we'd find? Did we ever think we'd find an amp that we liked for £100?
I don't know.
I think the idea was to just go and get. If you were, if you were forced to spend the rest of your life playing a guitar amp that was only £100.
Yeah.
No, that's not even the point of it. I think the point was to go back to a point in time where £100 was what you were going to spend on an amplifier.
Right.
So it's about being young again and, only having £100 to spend.
I think here's the problem. If I was in this dilemma, I probably would go the modelling route. I'd probably do apps and things. I don't know
and I get that, and someone's going to go
through like laptop speakers and stuff.
Someone's going to go positive grid through your laptop speakers. I get all that, and it's amazing.
But it's not an amp you take to a garage and play with some friends.
When your mates Johnny and Jane are going, come on, let's do this band thing. What are you going to do? Take your laptop and positive grid down there, and
sack them both, program some drums, play a bit of bass. And then you're on your own, you make more money.
Therein lies the problem with society now. Nobody talks to each other anymore. No. They're just like, they use dating apps.
They say never work with kids and animals, but at some point you've got to get in a couple of 12-year-old kids and go, right, pick an amp that you think you want to try.
Funnily enough, we are doing that. We're doing a video.
Is it Kids React to £100 amps?
No. We're doing a video with a company called the British School of Rock, who are, like a teaching business for kids playing guitar and drums and bass and stuff, and we're doing a lot of our Christmas kind of so what kind of guitars and amps and drum kits can you get for that to learn to play on, and we're bringing in some kids from the British School of Rock to do the videos with.
I think of all of these, my favourite's the Boss, and it's not because I'm friends with the owner and the head designer. It's purely because I think it sounded nicest, and if the whole point of these is to be quiet, I want to be quiet and sound good.
I think the whole point of this is to have an amp that enables you to do as much as you possibly can with your guitar. So you should be able to plug it into headphones at home, jam along with a backing track.
Hasn't this got headphones?
Yeah, they've all got headphone sockets. But then you want to go to your little garage, when your dad says, use the garage, Rob, go and set up. You want something that's going to make a noise. I mean, so for me, personally, this and this win, And it purely and simply, I like the sound of this one better, but I totally accept that this is voiced to cut through in a band better than this one.
Yeah, that's way more present and real. And although this has a really good clean channel, and it's got a genuine clean.
Love reverb.
In defense of the Marshall, the clean is good. It's a real clean. It's got reverb. If you put a pedal in front, you've got a great amp. It's just the gain channel I don't like. But we're going around in circles, man.
We are. And this is the beauty of, personal choice and preference. It's like, one man's
but you know what?
Something is another man's something else.
Great guitar can't make these sound great.
We've always said that 80% plus of the tone
is the amp,
and
then it's my fingers
and your fingers.
They're the hindrance. Well, I've been Rob Chapman.
Well, I'm going to play a chord.
And I'm sorry that's the video.
It's a good video. That's a good sounding amp.
Yeah. I have a question for the internet. Which did you prefer?
It's the most important thing. Again, we've done a weird miking thing. We've room mic'd this rather than close mic'd it.
It's not weird. It's just mics.
Sometimes, hopefully you'll hear what we're hearing. You might get a bit more reverb than we've got with a room mic.
That's fine. I like that. See you later, guys.
See you later. Bye. Blunk. Hey everybody, thanks for watching the Andertons Guitar YouTube channel. If you're a drummer or a keyboard player or interested in music technology, you might find one of our other channels interesting, and I'll put details of those in the description below. If you want to find out more about the products we've just featured, please click here. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt like this, please click here. If you want to watch another video on our guitar channel, click down here. And to subscribe to our guitar channel, click here. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.